The third example that we have is dealing with cube roots. So let's talk about what is different when we use cube roots instead of square roots. So 12x plus 6 all under the cube root minus cube root of x is equal to 0. So the first rule is exactly the same. We're trying to isolate all the cube roots on one side so that we could get rid of them. So I'll add cube root of x to both sides. So now on one hand I have this cube root 5x squared minus 12x plus 6. And then on the other side I have 3 square root of x. So at this point we know that cube root of something is the same as to the 1/3. So if we're trying to make 1/3 to 1, what we're going to do to both sides is to take it to the third power, because 1/3 times 3 is equal to 1. So I'm going to take it to the third power, and then I have 5x squared minus 12x plus 6 is equal to x. And then I can subtract over the x, so that makes it 5x squared minus 13x plus 6 is equal to 0. And here you can use a quadratic formula, you can try to factor. So I'm going to go about it by factoring. And since 5 is a prime number, one of them is going to have to be 5x, the other one is going to be x. And then from here, let's see, 2 and 3 to make it negative 13. And both of them have to be negative. Right, so if you multiply it, it's negative 10 minus 3, so you get negative 13. So at this point, we can set each part equal to 0. So we get 5x minus 3 is equal to 0, and then x minus 2 is equal to 0. And if we add 3, we get 5x equals 3, and so x equals 3/5. And then for here, I get x equals 2. So now what we have to do is to plug it into the original expression to make sure it works. So let's start with 3/5. So we're trying to find the cube root of 5 times 3/5 squared minus 12 times 3/5 plus 6 minus cube root of 3/5. Okay, so if we do this out, let's see, it is 5 times 3 squared is 9, 5 squared is 25, and then here minus 36 over 5 plus 6, and then I still have cube root of 3/5. And if I simplify some things, I get cube root of 9/5 minus 36/5, and then I can write 6 in terms of fifths, right? So 6 is the same as 30/5. So if I do all of this, let's see, I get 3 over 5, right? Because it's 9 minus 36 plus 30, and it's a cube root of 3/5 minus cube root of 3/5. And we do get 0. So 3/5 is a solution. And then we have to plug in 2. So let's do it kind of shorthand here. So it's 5. 2 times 2 is 4. 4 times 5 is 20. Minus 12 times 2 is 24. Plus 6. So if we do all of this out, we get, let's see, 20 minus 24, which is negative 4, plus 6 is positive 2. So we get cube root of 2. And then when we plug in 2, we get cube root of 2, which does equal 0. So for this problem, we have two solutions, one of them being 3/5 and the other one being 2. And we're done with this problem.